Hello dear participants, nice to see everyone. My name is Yulia Belanok. I am a teacher and teacher trainer at Skyeng, and I hope you are in a very good mood in spite of such dreary weather as we have today. So first of all, let's check our sound. Can you hear me loud and clear, and can you see me? If yes, I ask you to put plus in the chat. I see pluses, that's great. Okay, wonderful, and I hope everyone can see our presentation. Okay, thank you, colleagues. Right, I can continue. If you have any technical issues during our webinar, please let us know in the chat, and our moderator will help you tackle them. So our webinar lasts 60 minutes as usually, and at the end of it I'm going to answer some questions which you might have, and if these questions are really important, write them in a special section which is called Вопросы. You can see this section above the presentation because our chat is jumping, and otherwise I can just simply lose them. So feel free to write your comments in the chat because I need your feedback. It's really important for me that when you're active, when you're involved, because it's really difficult to talk to only to talk without other participants. So I will be really glad if you can support me and write your opinion, express your opinion in the chat. So the topic today is online tools and resources for teachers, and as I've been working online for more than 7 years, I hope I can share some useful information with you, and I hope you find it really interesting. So I hope everyone is here who wanted to join us, and we can move on. So, by the way, you will have a recording of this presentation, and you will have this presentation within 2 days. So then, if some of the links are not clickable today, don't worry, you will have them, or I will put copy and paste some of them in the chat. So, let's start. And before I start sharing information that I've prepared, I wanted to know something about you, and our moderator will launch a poll right now. I hope you see it. So, one moment. Zemfira, I can't see the questions. Okay, so sorry. Okay. So please choose the correct question which is applicable to you. Okay. Let's wait a little bit while people are voting. Okay, so thank you for being so active. And what we can see here that most of our participants work online as online teacher for a company. Maybe it's Skyeng, and I can maybe some colleagues of mine are here. And then on the second place is number 2. I have no experience in teaching online, but I want to try. And I think for those people who mainly work offline, this information can be really useful. And we have some students, and we have some teachers who are self-employed. Okay, so let's begin then talking. So, and the objectives of our webinar, we're going to find out what tools can be used to organize your online work, what programs, application can be used to facilitate it. Then I will tell you shortly, of course, because we don't have enough time, how to create your website and how to vary your lessons with online resources. So, There are two options for an online teacher. It is work for a company and be self-employed. Working for a company has some benefits, has some advantages like a stable income. I hope it is stable, and no need to search for clients. And in most cases, big companies, they provide training, for example, as we do at Skyeng. As for being self-employed, unfortunately, it's not suitable for everyone. It has, of course, its own pros and cons, but the main challenge of being self-employed is website and consumer traffic. Maybe those participants who are self-employed maybe can share with us what problems they experience. So, as I'm not an expert in marketing, I can't tell you anything about how to draw clients, but I can tell you about website, how to create it from using some technical tools. Lack of students. Thank you, Zoe. I think lack of students. It refers to it relates to consumer traffic, right? I think it is the biggest challenge for being self-employed. Yeah, how to do that. Okay, I hope other participants can share some ideas as well. But I stopped at a website, and I want to show you some programs which an ordinary teacher like me, for example, can use to create some simple landing page. Does everyone know what a landing page is, or do I need to explain? Does everyone know a landing page? What is it? Okay. So remember when you register to our webinar, you open this link. I will send you to chat again, to our chat. One moment. So where we are. Can you open this link? You know this link already. It is example of landing page. All information is in one place, everything in one page, because like classical websites, it's one box or one tab, another tab, another tab. And when it is landing page, you have minimum information. Because not always clients need to know a lot of at once, so it can be confusing for them. And landing page, everything on one page. You need to scroll down, and sometimes it's just divided into different blocks. Colorful blocks. So I hope I made it clear, and you now know what is a landing page. And landing page is really up to date, and it's a modern trend. If you have a look at some popular websites, most of them are landing page right now. So Lyubov is writing yes, and where clients go and can register for your program. Lyubov, I can't understand your question. For what my program? So can you please rephrase it? I don't know for what program. I hope about landing page is just clear, and what instruments you can use, what application for creating such a website in the form of a landing page. It is Tilda, it is Wix, and it is ReadyMag. You will have all links here, but I want to talk more about Tilda because it appeals to me. It has modern design and it is really up to date. I will give you a link of Tilda just to look through. So Tilda. Lyubov, it's an answer to your question about what a landing page is. Lyubov, okay, yeah, thank you for explanation, right. Register for your program or for your... They can register for a trial lesson, for everything. Okay, so I hope you've opened Tilda. First of all, it is free to use, but in free version it has limited functions, limited characteristics. First of all, you can't have your own name of the website. It will be like Tilda Project 123 or something like that. You then can't use some options, some different blocks, but actually it's not expensive. If you have a look at pricing box, you will see it's I think rather affordable. So how to create that using create your website. First of all, you must choose a template or a pattern. Even on Tilda, we can find a special template for online schools, online courses. Then you have to modify each block with your own information. If you have a look now at the slide with Tilda, you can see a screenshot from this template. And you can see also tabs like Настройки and something else. It is in Russian. You can modify some text here. For example, our classes here are designed. You can have your own text. You can see some icons. You can change them. You can add videos, pictures. Instead of 4 columns, you can have 3 columns. So there is a tutorial there, and really it's not so difficult to use. So let me look at the chat. Sorry, you don't sound native at all. The teacher from the previous webinar was just perfect. Olga, I'm not a native speaker. If you want to listen to native speaker, you can go to British Council, to Cambridge, to Oxford, and so on. I'm giving you some useful information, and again, most of the teachers have accent. So now I want to share some link with you. So you can click on it, and as I'm responsible for speaking clubs at our school, I've created this landing page for speaking clubs. It's not complete, of course, just an example to share with you. I spent approximately 2 hours to create that. So take a look, and maybe you have some questions about Tilda and landing page. So Ilona, you have a landing page, right? Ilona, have you used Tilda to create it? Not? Ilona, what program did you use? Can you share with us? Thank you, Veronica. Weebly. I usually use Weebly. Thank you, Anna, for sharing. Yeah, I think there are a lot of other applications for creating landing pages. I just like Tilda and show you some example. Okay, if you have no other suggestions, no other questions. I see a question. What is the purpose of this landing page? I like it, but what do we need it for? You mean my page, right? The purpose of my page is get student registered. For example, I want to organize a speaking club for a group of students. I create such a landing page, write about some pros, advantages of that, write about rules, and then students have to register. You can make the same, for example, not register for a speaking club, but register for free trial lesson, or register to study at our school, or something like that. So the idea, what I wanted to show you, that it is not really difficult to create it yourself. Because if I did it, of course you will do that, because I don't have any special technical education. I'm an ordinary teacher. So let me have a look. It's great that now there are such programs as Tilda. I had to create landing pages myself several years ago. Right, Lyubov, yes, it's really good, because if not Tilda or maybe Vix, or I don't know how to do that at all. I'm not an IT specialist. Okay, if you have so one more. One of the most irritating things about such websites allowing you to create your own website for free is that they constantly show adverts on the website. Right, yeah, you're right, Anna, but I think that we can pay some money for that. I don't think that something free can be really qualitative, because it's a trial version. Okay, so I think we can move on to next resources. So a quick review of landing page. So, and another question which online teachers need to consider, it is content and some technical tools. At Skyeng we use Vimbox, and if you don't use it, you can use instead of that, as substitution, Skype, PDF files, Google Docs and whiteboards. And of course, no matter what I use, Vimbox or Skype plus other applications, it's essential to use other resources to make your lesson varied. Couple of words about Vimbox. Probably you have heard about that. Vimbox is a special virtual platform which we use for teaching and learning, with the video conferencing, with built-in chat, with built-in dictionary, audio, video files, and with the teacher's notes, with some additional information which is invisible to your student. So it's really convenient. Everything in one place. Let me have a look. Oh, thank you, Katerina. You're such a kind teacher. Thank you. Thanks a lot. So, but sometimes I can't use Vimbox because my student have special needs or special program, and instead of Vimbox I can use Google Presentation. Why I do that? Because it's a collaborative tool, and both your student and you can write there, can type something. So your student can fill in the gaps, you can add some pictures, you can even build in links from YouTube, or even put videos from YouTube, put links here. So it's really convenient in one place. Have you ever used it? I think you've used Google Presentations. No need to give you more, to tell you more about that. One more thing, I've already told you about that in my previous webinars, that again, no matter where you work, I mean in Vimbox or if you use Skype, it's a good idea to have everything in one place. So it's register. When I was an experienced teacher and just at the beginning of my career, I have everything in different places, some grades in one notebook, homework in another. It's really not convenient. And now I like to organize that in the following way. I use Google Tables and I put date here, lesson plan, I cover some key points, homework, new words, and of course test result. And I know that I will never lose it. It's in one place. You can even give your student an access to this file. Then, of course, whiteboard. If you work online, whiteboards are really useful. Because it's a collaborative tool. If you look on the slides, you can see screenshots from a lesson from course book asking for directions. I don't remember what book is it. It's not important at all. So what I do here, I upload these screenshots to whiteboard, and student listens to audio track, and he marks the route. He draws the route, because it's really easy to do that if you work offline, but if you work online and can't see your student, what your student is doing, so whiteboard can help you. Personally I use Google whiteboard, which is called iDrew. If you use anything else, you can share in the chat. It will be really beneficial. There is another whiteboard which is called Twiddler, but it is not free, and unfortunately, as far as I remember, not cheap at all. So I hope you can share something with us. Real-time board is great. Thank you, Elena. Yes, I like it too. So if you are self-employed, there is another problem. If you have a lot of students, it's really difficult to organize all information, like a calendar and attendance and grades. And I want to show you a program, website, which is called Learn Boost. here it's also everything in one place. You can have here list of students, and you can have here calendar. You can attendance. You can give grades there. So you can have a look after our webinar. Maybe it can be beneficial for you as well. So if you don't work in Vimbox, what do you usually do if you need to play video or you need to listen to audio? What do you usually do? Do you use any websites or programs? Jana, as for web whiteboard, Flock Draw. Thank you, Jana, for sharing. Katerina, I use JW Planner for planning lessons. Katerina, could you please give us a link? Because there is such a big amount of applications, websites, it's impossible to explore all of them. It's for appointment. Okay, thank you, Katerina. But anyway, if you share... it's application for Android. Okay, then. Great, thank you for sharing. Okay, so anyway, let's return to video and audio. So, what you can use? You can use Vimeo or YouTube and SoundCloud. Why it is convenient? Because when you send some tracks or video via Skype or email, it's really time consuming, and sometimes students even can't find a location where they have saved that file. And what is good to use, because only once you can upload your video or audio to these services, and after that you can quickly and easily share a link with your student, with all of your students. Yeah, thank you, Katerina, for a link. So I think it's with the video and audio, so it's rather easy. So we all know that sometimes it's not enough vocabulary in our course books, and if you work online, it's sometimes not so easy, and it's not so convenient to use PDF. You can use different services, for example, like Quizlet.com. Why it is so great? Because you can create a vocabulary set, absolutely different topic. You can put here a word and its definition, and after that students can practice this word set in absolutely different kinds of training. They can use flashcards, they can test, they can practice spelling, even play games here. Really, so it's a really great website, but unfortunately it's partially free. It's limited, of course. So one moment, I want to read some comments in the chat. Can we watch videos? Sorry, the chat is jumping. Can we watch videos with my students at the same time? Zoya, of course you can. You share a link with your student, and you can just mute your microphone, not to create background noise, and you can watch it. For example, if at our school in Vimbox everything happens synchronously. In Vimbox. Oh, sorry. So, and for audio. Sorry. Is there any program? I failed doing that. I'm not sure that there is a program for synchronous watching, but just you share a link, your student is watching and you are watching. You just mute off. You ask your student to mute your microphone, and you do that yourself. So I think this is a solution. So there is no sound. So you mean no sound where? Right now? Can you hear? Can everyone hear me well? Oh, thank you. So Zoya, no sound I really can't understand your question right now. Maybe you can... thank you. So maybe you can write your question in section вопросы, and I can answer that later, because really I can't understand. So thank you for putting pluses. So Elena asked something about Vimbox, but I lose the question. Elena, can you please type it in section вопросы? I will answer that. And I saw some Learning Apps. Yeah, Любовь, I create activity. Learning Apps is wonderful, wonderful website. I like it very much. Another website. I think everyone knows that grammar sometimes can be really boring for our students. First of all, because it is difficult, it can be difficult and confusing, and some teachers like doing hundreds of gap filling exercises, and it is routine, and it really can send your students to sleep. What other things we can use to make grammar fun, to make it interesting? How do you work with grammar in an interesting way? We can play games, different grammar games, right? What else? Can you share some ideas? Okay, while you are typing, I will tell you a little bit about fun with grammar using video. Here in this presentation on this slide, you can see a block which is called Movie Segments to Assess Grammar Goals. I've already talked about that in my previous webinars. Why it is so good? First of all, because videos are really short. They are taken from films, movies, but just some fragments, up to 3 or 5 minutes. And each video segment is accompanied by a task. So it's not just watching, that's all. It's watch and complete something, watch and answer the questions, and so on. Then video and task, they are downloadable, so you can use in the class even if you don't work online. You can save them. All videos are divided into 3 levels: beginner, intermediate, advanced. And there are different grammar topics. They are verb tenses, modals, conditionals, and so on and so forth. So really interesting. It makes this task authentic, because after you studied some rules and did some exercises, your student can see real examples from real life of that grammar usage. So Ekaterina writes, children like Duolingo. I recommend it as bonus for self-study. Right, Ekaterina, yeah. The most important is to remember, for our students to remember that Duolingo is a bonus, that's all. Because some students believe, some adult people believe that they can learn a language using some application like Lingua or Duolingo. Of course, it's just additional practice, that's all. So great. If you if you don't have any questions with this about this website, you can explore it after our webinar, and I can move on. So let me read some comments. Yeah, everything. Okay, and next point here, voice recording. Why is it important to do that? First of all, you can track the progress. I've already told that you can ask your student to make a recording at the beginning of your course, in the middle, for example, and at the end. And at the end of your course, you can give or you can compare these 3 or 2 recordings. I don't know how many you will make, and it's really easy to notice your students' progress. because it's not easy to track speaking. That voice recording and a program like Vakaru can help you to do that. It's convenient that you can save these Vakaru recordings. You can send them to email. For example, your student can make recording and send it directly to you. Then voice recordings are great to improve pronunciation patterns. That is, if you work on reading in class, you can ask your student to read the text at home aloud, and after that assess it and send to you. And to give more practice in speaking, how to give more practice in speaking, I will tell you in a second. It's a good idea to record monologues if you prepare your student for exams. One moment, I'm sorry. Yana writes, I do it once a month, not only voice but video as well. Oh, Yana, fantastic video. Frankly speaking, I have never tried videos, only voice. Very helpful. I will try. I know that some students are shy when they make video recording. Personally, I don't like video of me. So, Lyubov is using VoiceThread. Yeah, Lyubov, wonderful idea, VoiceThread. It's great if you work in a group as well. Yeah, you can download a photo or a picture. Yeah, comment it with a voice. Yeah, it's really convenient, but the biggest disadvantage of VoiceThread, if it's free, you can't download your creation to computer. You can't save it to computer. That is really disappointed. So you need to pay, and not so cheap, as far as I remember, in VoiceThread. But thank you for sharing. Very good idea. So I return to the slide how to use that recording if you prepare students for exams. Here you see typical FCE task, speaking part 2. Talk about these photographs for about a minute. Compare two photographs and say how you think the appearance of the city can affect the people who live there. And two pictures. So what I normally do, I give this task to my student, just additional. Of course, I practice speaking at the lesson, but you know that for most of the students, speaking is a weak point, and we should have constant practice. So I ask my student to record himself or herself, then listen and analyze your answers. And I've created a checklist, questions which might help my student analyze his answers. Let's have a closer look at the questions. Did you use complex grammar forms? Did you use complex vocabulary? Were individual sounds articulated clearly? Was the intonation appropriate? Were the ideas organized clearly? Were there any hesitations? If a student answers all questions like yes, 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 it means that he gets the highest point. If some problems, it means that he or she needs to pay more attention to grammar forms or to hesitations and so on. Or if your student can't do that, can't assess himself, you can do that instead of him or her and answer the same questions before giving him or her a mark. So I hope that is clear for voice recordings and for recording monologues. And I can move on. And finally, what I wanted to show you, this is Padlet. Of course, Padlet is not the only one of its kind. There are a lot of other services. How it is possible to use? It's great to use not for one-to-one learning, but for group learning, as offline as well as online. It is a special board where students can share information. We can post their comments here, write small stories, add pictures, videos and so on. And just today I've created one Padlet, and the task was write a short review of your favorite restaurant, add a picture here and recommend this restaurant. Sorry, Padlet is my favorite. Tatiana, that's great. I like it very much. You can change design. Yeah, it can be different pictures, different background. I mean, yeah, really, really useful. Students like it too. And some ideas. What task to use? It is make 3 tips, for example, how to sail through the job interview using new vocabulary, upload a picture which you like and tell others about it. Are you for against school uniform? Share your ideas with the class. There are, of course, other applications, but why Padlet is good? It is nice, good looking, if I can say so, and it is absolutely free to use. So that brings me to the end of my speech, and today I've shared with you some online resources and some applications and programs which you can use to facilitate teaching and to vary learning. So, and now I'm ready to answer your questions. So, one moment. So Angelina asks, during one of the previous webinar, how to correct your students' mistakes, you showed a picture with a man, a woman and a dog, and they were holding balloons with letters. Can you tell me where did to get this poster, in which book? Angelina, as far as I remember, I sent a picture of that. Let's do the following. At the end of this webinar, I will send you a screenshot of that. Okay? The book is Practical Techniques. I need to find the author. So Angelina, I will give you in the chat screenshots. You can type it. Okay? So Zoya is asking, is there any program that allows to watch the video and recording together with the student as if we are in one room? I've tried through share screen. There is no sound, just picture. Zoya, yes, sometimes share screen it works, but sometimes don't. It's not a good idea to do that. I've already told that maybe the best possible variant is just to give link and open you and your student open on your computers. Open on your computers and watch it. So maybe this is the way. You can put link from YouTube to Google Docs, Google Presentations. Maybe you can try there as well. So next question. Ekaterina is asking, Julia, in one of your webinars you sent a link to your folder and presentation for young learners. Can you share it again? There was a list of websites and books. Okay, Ekaterina, yes, I will share. So, not to keep others waiting, so I will share screenshot and I will share presentation for young learners. Okay, for young learners. I'm writing down in order not to forget, for young learners. Yeah, okay. Ekaterina is asking, and also in one of the webinars about grammar you said about title of books which based on songs for learning grammar. Can you share them? Okay. It's not only books, but there are a lot of websites. Learning what interest in learning grammar, you can accept Hatfield books. Ekaterina, a lot of questions which are not connected with the topic, but I tried to share something after I answered another questions. So thank you everyone. Thank you. So I hope everyone can hear and see me. So one moment, I'm looking through the chat. No sound, no video. Oh, we had some problems. Dinara is writing, indeed very helpful as usual. Thank you. And the previous webinar, how to vary lessons with online resources in June, was great. Yeah, thank you. Dinara, is basically it is the same webinar. Just I've added some additional information like creating websites. So. both. Thank you for being so active. You are very good participants. So I'll look through again presentation. So thank you everyone. You are really nice teachers. So valuable information. So thank you for your very kind comments. So Zoya, are there videos from the previous presentations? Zoya, you mean are there any recordings of previous webinars? If you're asking that, so I will give you a link then. You can find some there, and you can find some of the webinars in YouTube. So, Ekaterina, I'm waiting for your webinar because you're the only person who can answer my question. Thank you, Katerina. I hope we have very good teacher trainers, and all of them answer the question. Yeah, Katerina, I will don't go away. I will send you some links and titles of the books. Okay, so I see there are no other questions. Then I want to wish you to have a very nice evening, to have good, loyal students and very interesting lessons. Thank you everyone, and hope to see you soon. Goodbye.